and the Department of Health and Dentists.
Thank you, Cathaoirleach. I've stood here to several ministers regarding the state of services for medical card holders and working people with PRSI contributions. Minister, dental services for medical card holders are already under significant pressure in all areas. However, now I am seeing a worrying development that causes me to question the model of the contract used. I am acutely aware of the pressure on dental services for medical card holders in Carlow because I have been on the phone to dentists in my own area asking for help with emergencies and severe cases. Subsidised dental services are available currently to medical card holders and to qualifying workers who pay PRSI contributions, but both these services and general medical card and dental services are under significant threat by a recent audit decision by Revenue. The traditional dental model of operation in Ireland, the UK and Europe is that self-employed dentists, known as dental associates, who practice as a joint venture within a group, hold individual contracts with the Department of Health and the Department of Social Protection to provide a range of dental services to the general public on a fee-per-item basis. The contracts are specifically stated contracts for service and are exclusively stated for self-employed contracts. Only I am assisting a group operating in Carlow, and they are concerned about these contracts. The contracts have been in operation and unchanged, Minister, since 1993, 30 years. They cannot be subcontracted. Dentists who are employees cannot hold nor operate these contracts legally in this manner. However, a recent Revenue decision to categorise these dental associates as employees in a practice in Carlow means the contract with your department will be illegal. These dentists have paid their own taxes in order to continually hold the dental contracts. Each contract holder must produce an annual tax clearance certificate to the department that offered the contracts to the dentist. However, Revenue have decided some self-employed dental associates are actually employees, and this impacts the group operator, who was now told these dentists are employees, not self-employed. Recently, it was decided by Revenue to recognise the traditional dental model of dental associates, which is dental principal, to be a joint venture with no VAT liability. Yet Revenue is now raising assessments against group operators for PAYE and PRSI obligation that should not be there. If Revenue press the status of the dental associates as that of an employee, some dental associates in Ireland will have to resign their current contracts for service with the HSE, Department of Social Protection, and will not be able to see patients under these schemes. This will lead to an increased crisis of access in the provision of dental service for medical card holders and also access for PRSI contributors. Will the Department of Social Protection revisit the current model or press upon the Department of Finance to standardise the approach to the self-employed status of dental associates? It is currently stands Revenue opposing views on the matter in two departments. Audit is one and VAT is the other. If dental associates are pressed to drop services for the PRSI medical card holders, the loss of to the community will be absolutely huge, and you know, Minister, how important these services are. I urge you to speak to officials in both health and finance to regularise the situation to prevent the loss of service to the public. And Minister, this was brought to my attention by some dentists in Carlow. I just want to get clarification. I suppose the biggest issue for me is that this hasn't been reviewed in nearly 30 years, but we have to make sure that medical card patients get to go to the dentist. That's what it is there for. Thank you very much. Thank you, Minister.
Thank you very much, Deputy, and I'm answering this on behalf of Minister Donnelly. And at the outset, I suppose at all times, the objective for all of us here as public representative is to ensure that a person that holds a medical card, that they get seen to. So the Treatment Benefit Scheme provides dental, optical and medical appliances comprising of hearing aids and specialised contact lenses to insured workers and self-employed and retired people who satisfy certain PRSI conditions. A person must have a specific number of PSI contributions paid overall as well in the relevant tax year to comply for a treatment benefit. It is also available to the dependent spouse, civil partner or cohabitant of those who qualify. People can avail of a range of treatments, either free or part-funded. Two significant changes were introduced by the Government to the scheme this year. Firstly, a new grant of €500 towards the cost of wigs and other non-surgical hair pieces was introduced for those who have suffered hair loss due to a cancer or certain types of alopecia, with nearly 900 claims paid since the scheme was introduced in May. Secondly, the eligibility criteria has changed to reduce the PRSI contributions to people aged 25 to 28, which will benefit almost 80,000 young people. The Treatment Benefit Dental Scheme provides for a free annual dental examination and an annual scale and polish treatment, subject to a maximum co-payment by the customer of €15. The scheme is very popular, with 893,000 claims in 2021 at a cost of €53 million. Figures at the end of September this year shows that 843,000 treatments have been claimed, which is a 10% increase on claims so far in 2022. Dentists can check a customer's eligibility online and make a claim for payment through the Department's Welfare Partners interface. Each month, dentists are paid for treatments claimed in the previous month. Currently, the department pays the dentist a fee of €33 for an examination and €42 towards the cost of cleaning and other treatments. Officials of the department have commenced a review of the fees, and part of the process involves examining the current contract to ensure it is fit for purpose and that any changes necessary are put in place. A consultation with the relevant bodies, including the Irish Dental Association, will be undertaken as soon as practicable, following consideration of the complexities involved in developing a new contract. Officials hope to be in a position to commence this engagement in the near future. The Department is aware of the HSE contract with the dentist and will ensure that any new contracts will be mindful of the objective of the National Oral Hearing Policy. A review of fees in the dental benefit scheme is a priority for the Department. The matter is something that the Department wants to resolve positively and in a timely manner.
Thank you, and Minister, thank you for your reply. Well, first of all, I do want to welcome that the consultation with relevant bodies, including the Irish Dental Association, will be undertaken as soon as possible. And I think that is crucial, Minister, because we all would have seen over COVID, where I know myself, where particularly older people and people with medical cards did find it hard to get access into their dentist and whatever. And, you know, while I know myself, in fairness to the dentists, they were working extremely hard, but I just think that we have to make sure, Minister, with this consultation, that the most vulnerable people in our communities are looked after, that they get to get the full benefit with their medical card, that they can access the dentist, and that the contract that is being changed will include all people that are deserving of it. And that would be just my concern, Minister, that the contract and the consultation with the dentists happen as soon as possible. And I think also, Minister, I know myself and others, we want clarification on this, as does people that have medical cards and also that pay their PRSI contributions. Thank you, Minister, for your answer.
Deputy. And the treatment benefit is an important scheme for those who qualify for payment and for practitioners, and it is the Department's biggest scheme in terms of claims, with, in 2021, over 1.4 million claims received and a total expenditure of €109 million. Currently, in 2022, some 1,342,000 claims have been received, with a total expenditure of €102 million. The dental benefit scheme is the most popular component of the treatment benefit suite of schemes, and as I said earlier, 843,000 claims paid this year, with an increase of 10%, which is coming in so far year to date 48 million. The treatment benefit complements the HSE system of dental care by providing dental checkups and contribution towards scale and polish for eligible customers, and any additional oral health care can be co-paid. I think, Deputy, in the moments that are left to me, it's also important to say, in order for people to be able to use their medical cards, I can't understand how over the last number of months that people with medical cards are walking the length and breadth, particularly of my own county of Galway, and cannot actually access a dentist. Only last Monday I was with the Brothers of Charity at an award ceremony, and it was the main item on the agenda. And it's not the people with the medical cards that is the issue here. It's the fact that they cannot get a dentist. And the fact that Minister Donnelly earlier on this year made 10 million additional funds available, and it did not actually address the issue. The fact that there was 60 million underspent last year in dental services. One has to question the obligation of the dentists within this, and their willingness to come to the table to assist in a solution where the most vulnerable who are in pain cannot get assistance. It absolutely is beyond thinkable.
Margaret.